On to you, Sagittarius. So you have the Four of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and you, Sagittarius, have the Four of Wands right here. So for you, I'm seeing how you, Sagittarius, let's get into this. And they probably racing around here. So I live in the hood, all right? Some people think that I'm playing about that. No, I live in the hood, bro. Okay. So, so for you, Sagittarius, right? There's definitely a situation that has come to an end. The Four of Swords, right? Putting something to an end. That's not going to work for you anymore. But what? Oh, okay, I get it. A connection. The Queen of Wands and the Four of Wands, you're putting something to an end. What are you putting or bringing to an end? A connection. You don't really see them as being the type of people who are actually reciprocal. It seems as if you, Sagittarius, are still doing the majority of the work for some of you, where you're trying to get to know them and be patient and wait to see if they're actually going to open up. But it just seems like they're not doing anything for real. And this is why it is I talk so much about 50-50, because once again, a relationship, it takes two, right? You know, I don't understand how people expect that they should just be in a relationship and not do anything, and then they get stuff. They literally don't do anything. Like, at some point, a person who's using their common sense and who has self-respect is going to be like, what am I really getting out of this for real, right? What does this person really do for real? And that's just fair, right? You wouldn't have self-respect if you didn't think of it like that. Because, and the reason why is because of the fact that they hanging around you and just kicking it and everything like that. And, you know, you, Sagittarius, are doing everything, right? Tiring out yourselves. And this person is just like, and then it's like, it just seems like anytime you want something, they're not there. They're not putting in any kind of work. You know what I'm saying? Like, when's the last time they called you? When's the last time they called you first, reached out to you first? When's the last time they're like, hey, let's go hang out? And this is why it is that I say that there is no exception. 50-50 relationships are the only relationships that work. Because once again, I'm going to have to ask the question again. What does non-50-50 look like? Because, see, this is the thing that a lot of people misinterpret, my dear Sagittarius. When I say 50-50, I'm not referring to just money. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, yes, money that has to deal with it. But if y'all are really going to be in a relationship and y'all going to call yourselves living together and everything like that, that means that the two of you blend into one another. And what I mean by that is y'all are sharing resources. Y'all are sharing feelings. Y'all are also sharing effort, sweat equity. And this is why it is that I keep asking that people will not answer the question, what does a non-50-50 relationship look like? It's parasitic is what it is. Because and I'm going to start talking about it more so specifically and driving the point home that there is no exception. The only kind of relationship that works is 50-50. Because what is to be said about a relationship, my dear Sagittarius, where you'll be the one calling them and reaching out to them, but then they will never do that for you? When in 50-50, if they are showing you an effort, just like you're showing them an effort, in that perfect world, they would be calling you also. You would be calling them, they would be calling you, and the both of you would feel and are and be appreciated. So again, what kind of relationship works if it's not 50-50? I'm lost. Like, what does that actually look like? Because I've been there so many times, Sagittarius, myself, where it's like I'm waiting for the person who I'm dating or literally like a brother or something like this, or whatever the case may be, or you know what I'm saying? Like, not a brother in the sense of like a person I'm genetically related to, but I mean like a homie or whatnot. When are you gonna call me and ask me if you want to, if I want to kick it? Why is it that I always gotta spend something to hang out with you all the time? What's up with that? Like, same thing when it comes to the people that I wanted to date. What's up with that? Why is it that I always gotta spend something? Why is it that I'm always the one caught spending? Oh, well, it's the person. Oh, it's the one who asks the other person out. But you don't call me, though. So what are we talking about, for one? And number two, when's the last time did you ever ask anybody out? So that cures up that problem of that, huh? Because you are only the one that exclusively gets asked out. You stand there and you play all types of stupid, Looney Tune, goofy games until somebody does ask you out. And then what do? Now, boom, that's your get out of jail free card. You get the parasite off the person. So what are we talking about right now? Right? So this is why I ask again, right? This is why you got the world card and the unalive card, the transition card. It's because you, Sagittarius, just understand. You, Sagittarius, just understand. You, Sagittarius, just understand how stupid it actually is, right? How uneven it is. This is why it is that I say that in 50-50, those are the only types of relationships that work. And I'm about to say something on some real stuff too, because in non-50-50 relationships, there's no emotional work being done too. The person is literally using the other person, even when the person is tired and the person would like for the other person in the relationship, who's supposed to be their significant other, quote unquote, the person that they're in a relationship with, to help them out. That person will give excuses and will even scold the person who's doing the majority of the work. There is, and to take it another step further, non-50-50 relationships, there's no kind of, like I said, of emotional work. There's no kind of closeness. There's no kind of emotional bonding where the person is telling the other person something actually about themselves. There's a certain level of distance, even though the two of you are hanging out with one another. So why? Because I've experienced all of this before. Being overlooked, not picking up the phone, and then everything is up in the air. So what is supposed to happen here? Am I supposed to do all the work? What is going on? What in the world is going on here? So you're really looking at me to do all of the work, all of it. Like you. So what do? Because you're not calling me, you're not texting me, you're not doing any of that. But we're supposed to be dating and all of that, right? Can't even so much as get a sandwich. What does that actually look like? But then, if I call you up and I say, "Hey, I want to hang out. I want to hang out. Let's go out somewhere or whatnot." Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah, you jumping on. You know what I'm saying? Like you on it. Notice how it is that people who want to play games don't know what they're supposed to be doing, but they know what you're supposed to be doing so much, right? So this is why, again, you Sagittarius are hip to the game. This is why you stop talking to this person, because this person is a parasite. Because a person who is healthy, a person that's really ready for a relationship, they don't, and I'm about to say something that's serious, they don't want to be useless to the person that they on a date with. They don't want to be useless and valueless to the person that they are actually in a relationship with. They feel good of the fact that they can actually contribute to their relationship, to their significant other, without having to be used transactionally and all that stuff. See, the both of them are contributing to one another. You, Sagittarius, doing all of that for this person, right? So soon. You talking to them, but you find yourself being the one calling them. This person ain't picking up the phone. You probably called them once, or you probably called them for 2 weeks, Maybe not every day, of course not. But you try to find out if they would pick up their phone. They ain't pick up their phone. Forget about it then. You, Aquarius, are now putting your foot down like, yo, this is lame. Like, this is whack. Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, why? Because you, Sagittarius, started to take into consideration. You started to take into, this ain't transactional. You're not counting, but you started to really be responsible for really being aware of how much energy and attention and effort, sweat equity, and money you were trying to shell out. And you really started to pay attention to, was this relationship actually really going to go anywhere? Did it have legs or it didn't, right? And the thing is, the King of Cups, the Chariot, and the Eight of Cups represents, you realize that it didn't. And now that you decided to stay away, here they come now, ironically, trying to reach out to you. Why is it that you, Sagittarius, are not calling them? How come you're not the one putting in an effort anymore? The energy shifted. I see this far too much, far too often, that I have to talk about it. I see this far too often, right? Where the relationship, the connection will start off hot and heavy. And then what will happen is that one person will expect the person to go on like that forever and ever and ever. That's not reality. That's not reality. You know, that's not reality. People have things to do, right? And I'm not going in or disrespecting. I'm just saying it's not reality, because people have things to do. This is, again, why I say don't call me every day, right? And when I say don't call me every day, I'm talking about like a person who I'm in a relationship with, who I'm getting to know, because I'm living in the real world. I'm realistic about relationships. I have things to do, and I would want my relationship, my significant other, to have things to do as well. Like, if you're not doing anything all day and you're sitting at home waiting for me up in your parents' house, or whoever you hanging with, waiting for me to be done with work or done with this YouTube thing for the day, and all of this, what are we talking about right now? You don't have anything to do. You don't have any kind of finances or any kind of responsibilities to be accountable for. You don't have anything. And this is what this person's got going on. They just sitting around expecting you to do everything. You're that fly. You're the fly that walked into the spider's web. Excuse me, that flew into the spider's web, that got caught up in the spider's web. That's how they looking at you. They looking at you, Sagittarius, like a meal ticket. And the fact that you, Sagittarius, have changed your goals, changed your objectives, changed, right, the things that you want now the person has a problem with it. You see? And then the Eight of Cups and the King of Wands, this person, again, you the five of Wands, this person is making it clear. This person is making it clear that they want to this person is making it clear that they want to that basically that they have a problem with the fact that you're not putting in all this effort. But what are those lazy behinds doing? But you know what this means, Sagittarius? This means that you, Sagittarius, have power. Because now you, Sagittarius, get a chance to be quiet, sit back, and pay attention to how all that high and mighty acting, right? They are too good to lift a finger. You need to come to them. They're the prize, all this stuff. Oh, but you're not the prize. No, you're never the prize. Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's see whose lives is better when the separation happened. You, Sagittarius, went off. Your objectives are different. You stop calling them so much. You probably stop calling them, period. Now what happened? They're contacting you, particularly perturbed, right, or upset, or angry, or bothered by the fact that you are not expending all this amount of energy trying to ask them out and find out what they got going on and what's cracking and what's shaking for the day and all this nonsense. Because you Sagittarius, essentially, you wanted to take them out, see if what was good with them, right? See if they are decent people. That didn't happen because they expect you to do all this chasing up on after them like like a puppy dog or stupid. Like, and this is how they, once again, this is how they play themselves, because they don't you know, they don't think about these things. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups. Seven of Wands, Three of Wands, Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, Two of Cups. Well, what happened here is that for you, Sagittarius, you're not, part of what it is Seven of Wands, Three of Wands, Ace of Wands. You're not letting your hard work go to waste. All the hours that you Sagittarius put in on your job and everything, you will be a monkey's uncle on some Dragon Ball Z reference. Shout out to Dragon Ball Z. But you will be an uncle's monkey if you work all this overtime, work your butt off, work yourself to the bone, just to call somebody that doesn't even want to answer your phone calls or text them to tell them, hey, let's go to such and such and such, some fancy restaurant or some date where you got to spend this amount of money. Are you kidding me? There's this is what I'm talking about. The self-respect aligned itself. And see, Ace of Wands, you have an objective. You know what you have an understanding of what's important to you. The Page of Wands, the Two of Cups. So guess what? You talking to somebody else already, and rightfully so. Because what do they expect you to do? Sit there? Yep, that's what they expect you to do. They expect you to sit there and chase after them forever and a day. This is how, once again, this is how people end up wasting whole generations. Generations come into existence, Sagittarius, go out of existence, make the whole transition. Because where's the time? Where's the time management? Where's the time? Just some of them just delusional individuals that don't choose anybody, right? Waste their time, doesn't choose really anybody because they're playing everyone. So now it's this disproportionate amount of numbers, right? It's this disproportion because now it's, you have people who want to date and ready and willing to date, but they're getting hurt by all the people that want to BS and shuck and jive and play games and all this other type of stuff and spend all their life wasting their life. And because don't get it twisted, I want you Sagittarius to understand, don't get it twisted. People who play games, they never actually choose. This is what I was just referring to. What they do is they spend their whole life literally playing games, their whole life, and they never actually commit to one particular person. Have you noticed that? That's too much game. I'm going too deep on that one. That's too much game for this video. Look, comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. There's a link in the comment section below called the Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website for you to come through and get my personal readings, the books that I have on Amazon, as well as my merch. Also to leave a comment that does help the channel. Appreciate you. Peace.